All right, folks, let's do a quick cryptocurrency video on Sunday, June 19th. I forgot, tomorrow is a US holiday, so the stock markets will not be opened. So we're not going to get those stock futures tonight. So my opinion, Bitcoin's probably just going to hang around this range between 18,000 and 19,500, probably for the next 24 hours, at least till tomorrow, until we can get some stock futures and some stock action. So basically right now, Bitcoin is basically at the mercy of the stock market. We did get a pump. Bitcoin hit a low of 17,600. Now we're back up to 19,500. What does that mean? Well, it means there is still some life in the markets. And Cardano right back up to 46, 47 cents. Folks, this is where Cardano's been for the last couple months. Truly incredible. If you only bought Cardano the last 3 months, you're either up or basically breaking even. Not too shabby, while all the other cryptocurrencies have pretty much crashed. My baby Theta still hanging out at $1.17. So it looks like at least those two coins are pretty much at bottom. Was the bottom for Bitcoin 17,700? I don't know. Who knows? It really depends on the markets. Celsius. This is the clip going around for Celsius. Kind of interesting. I didn't know a lot about Celsius. I just knew it sounded like a Ponzi scheme. BlockFi, Celsius, UST, Anchor, all these sound like Ponzi schemes, so I really didn't get involved with them. I was in BlockFi for a little bit, and I immediately took my money out. Every day I was just like, this thing's going to collapse. But Peter Schiff, who nobody likes in the crypto community, I don't know why. I mean, the guy... Look, Peter Schiff is all about safe investments. You put your money in gold, you're probably not going to get a huge return, but at least it's something, but it's safe. He's kind of like your dad warning you that crypto is dangerous. And folks, crypto is dangerous. Most people who invest in crypto lose it all. They either sell it when it dumps because they get scared, or they get hacked and they lose everything in a rug pull, or they lose everything in something like a UST collapse or a Luna collapse, or whatever coin they buy collapses. So of course, I mean, if you only have $100,000 to your name, which is a lot of money, but say you have $100,000, of course you shouldn't put all that in crypto. I mean, you should put put 90% of it where Peter Schiff tells you to put it, which is probably gold and who knows what else, some other metals, and put the other 10% in crypto. Crypto is high risk, high return. You should be very, very careful what you invest in crypto, because you have a lot of charlatans like this guy, Alex Masensky. I mean, it turns out this guy is just he's basically a Ponzi. He's like a Bernie Madoff type guy. You give him your money, and he basically just gives it to other people, and he tries to, it's almost like giving your money to your degenerate gambler friend, and he goes to the casino and he's trying to make more money with your money at the casino. Of course, eventually he's not going to be able to pay you back. This is all they're doing. They're just basically stealing your money. It's crazy, but this clip has been going around. This clip is, it's from like last year. Hey, look, love him or hate him, Peter Schiff called this one, and he called out Alex here.
Make your margin payment.
Bitcoin pays dividends, Peter. Bitcoin pays dividends. Try Celsius.
How does Bitcoin pay a dividend?
6.2% dividend. Because we earn yield.
How do you earn yield on Bitcoin? What do you do to generate income on that Bitcoin?
I'm happy to spend an hour with you.
Yeah, you're trading it. You got to be taking tremendous amount of risk. The Bitcoin itself doesn't generate any yield.
It does. Just like any other asset can generate yield. Gold.
No, but what earnings does the Bitcoin generate?
Gold generates 5.5% at Celsius. Yield.
No.
Tokenized
what
gold.
What are you doing to generate that? You must be taking tremendous risk to generate those returns. Of course you are.
Okay.
You're not. Of course you must be.
Look, I'm not giving financial advice.
Anyway, so look, this is why you need guys like Peter Schiff. You need straight edge, straight shooter guys like Peter Schiff, guys that aren't scammers, guys that have been in the finance market for a long time, and they understand how it works. This guy, Peter, if you look at Peter Schiff's background versus Alex Masensky has just been involved in different projects throughout his whole life. Most of his businesses have crashed. Now, of course, you have Celsius, where it was a guaranteed Ponzi from the start. And if you watch the Coffee Zilla video, they knew this was going to crash months ago, and they were still trying to get people to come into the Ponzi. They were still making tweets telling people how safe Celsius was. All the whistleblowers are coming out now. So these guys, I think this guy will end up in jail at some point. but we shall see. But this guy's just like Do Kwon and every other scammer in crypto. He's just a little bit more polished, a little bit more classy, but he's just a Ponzi guy. And it looks like this guy is going to come out with millions and millions of dollars in profit because of the sell token that he had in his possession that he's been selling. So if he doesn't end up going to jail, um, he's going to come out of this with like $100 million probably, while everybody else gets screwed. So good job, Peter Schiff. I don't know why nobody didn't like you just because you're bearish on Bitcoin. Well, okay, who cares? You're bearish on Bitcoin. I agree with Peter Schiff. Eventually, Bitcoin will go to zero. Bitcoin and crypto is the greater fool's theory. I see a way to make money. I made money a couple years ago in crypto. I'm going to do it again the next cycle. But all you're doing is selling to the greater fool. When I buy my Cardano at 40 cents, 30 cents, bought most of mine at 5 cents last cycle, I'm hoping to sell it to a bigger idiot at $10 in a couple years. And that person who buys at $10 is going to be an idiot. When whoever buys my Cardano at $10 and my Theta at $30, that is a moron, and I'll have no problem selling to them. That's just life, folks. There's winners and there's losers. Same with stocks. Same with selling your Amazon at all-time highs to people. You have to have idiots if you want to make any money in the markets. But crypto is 100% the greater fool's theory. Ethereum, I don't even think Ethereum is going to be popular in the next bull run. I think Cardano might take it over. Bitcoin will probably be popular for another 10 years. Eventually it'll crash. Eventually there'll be quantum computers that take out Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will be no more, and something else will take it over. I mean, you have to use some common sense, folks. So I agree with Peter Schiff. Greater fool's theory, absolutely, especially with Bitcoin. I'm just trying to sell my shit to the greater fool in a couple years, and I have no problems doing that. Okay, let's go back to the markets. Cardano. I love my Cardano. Charles Hoskinson has been officially invited to make a speech on crypto and blockchain in front of Congress. Folks, think about the top 20 coins right now. What other blockchain guy, developer, is getting invited to speak in front of Congress? Nobody. Do Kwon never was from Luna. Charlie Lee with Litecoin never was. This guy is a respected guy, and that's one reason I'm into Cardano. My main goal when I got into crypto was to avoid the pump and dump scams. Sure, I bought the pump and dump scams to trade, but I knew not to put too much money in them, and I probably put a little bit too much money in some coins. But my main coin that I bought was Cardano because I trusted Charles Hoskinson, and I still do. He's not a pump and dumper. He doesn't talk about price. He doesn't make tweets talking about price and like little pump tweets, just trying to pump the price for a day and then it dumps, kind of like Justin Sun with Tron. Justin Sun isn't getting invited to speak to Congress because they know he's a scammer. There's 90% of all these crypto projects and the people behind them are scammers. Charles Hoskinson is not. He's an educated guy. You can tell when he's smart. We can tell when he speaks. He's educated. He knows what he's saying, and he's trying to put out a good product. Does that mean Cardano is going to succeed? No. Cardano could fail just like everything else could, but I think it has the greatest chance to succeed. So here he is, getting invited to Congress. And that's why when you look at the markets right now, Cardano is holding up, is one of the top performers, folks, 46 cents. Cardano hit a low of 38 cents a couple months ago. I keep saying it. I bought a ton then. And that was when Bitcoin was at $25,000. Now Cardano's at $46,000. It was at 65 cents a couple weeks ago. There's a lot more room to grow for Cardano. I do think it could have a bottom of 25 cents if the shit hits the fan. But for me, I'm buying. Every little dump I'm buying. And I think with out of all the cryptocurrencies, people say, oh, but just buy Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin's safe for now. But what comes next? What's the bigger ROI after Bitcoin? I don't think it's Ethereum anymore, folks. I think it's going to be Cardano, and I think it's going to be Theta. Will I be right in a couple years? We shall see. But so far, it looks like I've been right. This is something I found too. Talking about Celsius. BitBoy talking about his lawsuit with Celsius, and some guy writes right here. BitBoy Crypto publicly threatens Celsius with a lawsuit, then remembers 2 days later that he was complicit in the grift since he shilled Celsius to millions of people and profited off of it for the last couple of years. So you have to remember, folks, BitBoy Crypto, I always make fun of him with this $3 million he lost. He was shilling Celsius for years. He had affiliate links. He probably did paid promotions for them. So he probably got a large percentage of his viewers in to Celsius. So while he says he lost 3 million, there's probably $1 billion worth of his million subscribers who just bought Celsius off of him, and now they're all getting screwed. Like I was saying before, he's a shill. He's a con man. I don't trust him. He says he doesn't do the paid promotion anymore, but that's because he knows he's going to get caught. So, of course, now BitBoy Crypto is upset he lost us 3 million. But he doesn't seem too upset about all the people he got into Celsius who probably lost $1 billion when you factor in everybody. These guys are just the worst. They really are the worst. And I am happy to see BitBoy Crypto finally getting some of his payback. And I actually, if I had to guess, I don't know. I think BitBoy Crypto has lost a lot of money in this bear market so far. I think he was probably in a lot of shit projects that went to zero. And of course, factoring in Celsius, that's $3 million. That's probably like 50% of his net worth. I don't care what he says he's worth. I mean, he's the kind of guy, if you ever watched a documentary on Arsenio Hall, where Arsenio Hall made a lot of money, but he ended up with nothing because he just gave all his money. He would like hire like 100 people to work for him when he only needed to hire like 5. And he would just give out money to his friends, give away free cars. That's how these degenerates are. The money is easy come, easy go. So for me, I think in this bear market, the BitBoy is probably he'll probably have like $1 million left when it's all said and done, and hopefully crypto comes back. If not, he'll be back to I don't know, peddling mortgage loans or back at the church, trying to get people to put money into collection pot, whatever the hell he did before. But all these guys end up losing money. All these guys. Same with Crypto Banter. They're just all shills, man. In the end, they all end up broke and destitute. That's just the way it works, folks. That's the way life works. So avoid these people like the plague. Like I've been saying in my previous videos, if you listen to Crypto Banter, if you listen to BitBoy Crypto, you are in the shitter. You lost a lot of money. A lot of money. I mean, there's probably people who committed suicide off the advice these guys gave, especially with the Luna, UST, and now you have Celsius. And Cryptos R Us puts out good content, George, but he still has the BlockFi link at the bottom of his videos. So BlockFi is going to crash just like Celsius when Bitcoin drops enough. So, and of course we got the Bybit links and all that stuff with BitBoy Crypto over the years. Anyway, I'm rambling, but just be careful out there, folks. In the bear market, the scammers get exposed. And I think if you can't see BitBoy Crypto and Crypto Banter and Carl the Moon and Crypto and all these other guys turned out to be big shill scammers, then you're just not paying attention.